Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one of the best K. Let me do it again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the underrated one of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. This is the very first underrated brunch talk, ladies and gentlemen. Is invited. Swoops like me, if you wants to join the panel, I would like for you to join the panel. Swoops like me, thanks for coming. And this is the very first. Again, this is my very first underrated brunch talk. Memphis freestyle. What's good? Salute to you. Anybody? I already put my email in the chat. Anybody that knows me that wants to get on the panel, let me know through the email right there. All right. We can get the thing popping. We definitely can get it popping. Ladies and gentlemen on the panel. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play this intro. And I will be back in 3 minutes and 41 minutes. I will be back.
Sometimes people don't know how much hard work you put in. But when it comes time to battle, you must think about each and every day that you put that hard work in.
What happened? Why don't you play anymore?
Brian Banks was 16 years old when he was accused of a crime he did not commit.
I'm back. Good morning. Welcome to the very first underrated brunch talk #1. Eyes love to talk. Check your email. Please check your email. Eyes love to talk. Coco Tina, please check your mail. That'd be greatly appreciated if you wants to come on. And hold on for 1 second, please. Let me see something. Let me see if I see something. I gotta see something. I gotta see something. I send y'all the emails so you can get on. All right. So check that out. All right. Swoops like me. Just send you an email if you want to get on the panel. Okay, no problem. But eyes love to talk. Swoops like me. Memphis Freestyle. If you wants to get on, send me an email. So we get on. Yo, much love, yo, Lori. What's good? Salute to the homie. My email is in the chat, Lori. Send me an email so I can get you on the panel. It's in the much love to you. So shout out to you. Big dude. Salute to you as always, brother. I send the link to you. I send the email to your chat if you want to get on. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Laura, if you wants to get on, my email is in the chat. Matter of fact, let me put my email because it's probably a little too far to get on. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's not it. Okay. All on eyes love to talk. Let me get this out first. Then I get to you. And I got to fix my breakfast. Fix my brunch. I mean, GT, but man. Let me see. IL.com. Okay, just send me an email so I can have it then. Just send me an email. All right, so we're gonna get I love to talk. Get her in. That's my email right here. Okay, no problem. But there go my email right there, Brother Lord. So send me an email so I can plug you in, all right? Hey, there she is.
Good
What's up?
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sis. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm getting ready to fix my breakfast in a few.
Thank you for inviting me and having me up.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. Gotta do something. But we're gonna I'm just thinking about, a little brunch. I'm gonna create something for the family, you know. I'm gonna do. I don't know how much. This is gonna be this is gonna be a series, so
Right.
so
That's cool. I
you
like
know,
that. Oh, wait. Sorry.
yeah. So create that. This gonna be probably on the weekend or something like that, or sometime midday or towards the end of the week.
Right.
I'm not gonna do it all that much to everything, but when I do it, like that.
Right.
So people got things to say. You know what I mean?
What is the topic today? Because I seen that you was talking. You show pictures of the the oh my gosh, the young boys that got accused of raping the Caucasian in Prospect Park. I seen that picture pop up
Did you?
in your intro.
Which? Oh no, that's my intro.
Oh, okay.
That's an intro, but there is. Well, you was you there? No, you wasn't. Was you there? The family we need to.
I'm so mad I missed one SP's freaking
Yeah, that
I'm
was
so
great.
mad. I really want to be there.
Huh?
I really want to be in a chat while he was on.
It's okay, no problem. Don't worry about it. It's always if you go see that like brother Lorio, plug me up on my email so I can plug you in. But there is I think I erased that clip. Yeah, I did erase it. I should have pulled it up right there at all. But there is I showed on my last family we need to do better. That was part 13. It was this cougar, right? You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear
All
you.
right. It was a cougar, right? She was messing this young guy. Come to find out, the guy they had two kids. They was in a relationship. I'm sorry, they was in a relationship. They had two kids together. Just find out that she gave him up for adoption.
Mm.
If y'all don't believe me, go to my channel. I did the last one, Family We Need to Do Better Now. It's on there.
I'm looking at it right now. Honor, loyalty, respect. Check out much love to all. Wait, let me go to your live. Pop up. Who channel am I on? I'm not on your channel. I thought I was.
It's Family We Need to Talk Now.
Family, we have to do better.
Do better now, right? We have to do better now.
Toxic danger.
Part 13.
Was I on this one? No, I wasn't on this one.
But you find it. If you go through it, you find it.
The gentleman said you have his email. He said you got it, bro. The gentleman Oreo666 said you got it. You got his email.
No, I don't see it yet. That's what I'm looking for right now. Let's see. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, sister, Coco. That's exactly.
Hello, Coco. Hello, everybody on here.
Yeah.
Hello, Swoop.
It's on their eyes, sister eyes.
How is everybody doing?
doing all right. Again, welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Y'all choosing the #1 grinder. This is the very first the Underrated Brunch Talk, #1. You know, so ladies and gentlemen, y'all are welcome to join the panel. I'm gonna bring out some topics in a few minutes that I think that we should be very concerned about. So give me just bear with me while I fix my breakfast. I mean my brunch. It ain't breakfast, it's brunch. So I can eat it with the family. Alright, so like I said, I'm not gonna do that much of these, but you know. We gotta start from somewhere. You know, we gotta start somewhere. We gotta open up communication. You gotta make time, open up communication. So, and I'm willing to do that. So, so So I hope everybody's doing all right. Eyes, have you found it?
I'm listening to it.
Oh, okay. You got it. And then after you finish, you tell people what you think about it. On the phone.
You ain't for an hour. I can't watch it for an hour. You might come back.
It's not an hour. No, it's not an hour. No, it's not. It's about a minute or something.
Okay. We're probably gonna play it. Have it playing on the thing. Can y'all hear it?
I hear a little bit.
It says.
So someone on my Facebook page on my timeline says, psychology says weak men create masculine women, strong men create feminine women. When men go back to their natural essence, women will follow. Don't argue with me. So I didn't comment because they don't argue with them. 2023, I'm listening. But I will take your content and create content of my own. So with that being said, we're not asking the right questions as the woman in the community. The real question is, why are men weak? What makes with them? What makes them strong? And how can we help? Those are the questions you're supposed to be asking to build the community back together.
That's not it.
Men create
no,
women.
That's not it. No.
Okay.
The one is she got glasses on. She got some gray hair, and then the guy in the background, it's like he had on do-rag.
So you want me to fast forward that, or that's a whole new different video? You talking about?
That's a whole new different video.
Okay. So remember you said you took it down though.
No, I'm talking no, not that one. I'm talking about my own person. I took it off from my phone.
Okay.
But it's in the live though.
Okay, I'm in the live. I'm on. Okay, so I gotta look for it. So I don't see. Yeah. I see. All right, I see. Family have to do better. Toxic people. Then 1XP. Then good bro Rob. Then real talk. 50. Brother Lorenzo. You sure you posted that up?
It's posted on 13. Yes, it is. You just gotta scan through it.
Right. I might not see it. Yeah, I might have to look for that.
Matter of fact, let me see.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to see on your channel, like where's that? Because I don't.
No, I'm gonna tell. No. I'm gonna go right now.
Oh, it's cold. Why am I cold?
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let's see something. On the video, I'm trying to. Hold on. Save attachments. Okay. Hold on. I'll probably pull it up. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. Mm-hmm. I'll probably pull it up. What's my shit at? Nope, that's not it. I see. Okay. It's on. Okay. Hold on for 1 second. No worries. I got y'all. Let's see your clip. No. See sound. Hold on 1 second. Shoot. Hold on. I'll meet myself. I'll be right back.
Hey, 12.
Over here and start business.
Good morning, 12.
Wait.
I had for breakfast, I had salmon and candy yams, like fresh cut up yams with a little bit of sugar, butter, cinnamon. That's what I had for breakfast. With green peppers, onions, and a fresh cut salmon.
My busy schedule. You trying to be funny.
Hey guys, this is
I got it.
Hello, Brother Rob. How are you doing?
Oh, Brother Rob. My brother, how you doing? Brother Rob, stay right there. Stay right there, brother. Stay right there. Hold on for 1 second. Brother Rob, I got you. I'm gonna send you a link. I'm sending a link to your email. Watch out for it. While I finish my breakfast, my brunch, I mean. There you go. Okay. All right. That's to the good brother right there. Brother Rob, watch out for your link if you can get on. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, this is the link. This is the one I shown family We need to do better now. Part 13. So I'll pull it up, and here it is.
Hey guys, this is kind of hard for me to say, but you know, I've been dating him since 2015. I met him when he was 21. And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Damn! What did you say?
I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let me just grab my stuff off the bus.
Yo, what the fuck?
Here it is. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yo, it's still morning. Good morning, everybody. Man, good morning, JT. Good morning. Eyes love to talk. That's a cool.
Everybody say that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was just I had just hopped on and I seen that you was live, so I had hopped into the stream. And just since you sent me the link, here I go. I don't know what y'all was talking about, but what I mean, looking at the video, looking at the video y'all just played, it's I just say this, you know what I'm saying? If it bleed, it lead. A lot of shit that they be putting out here on social media and the media now is just salacious, and it doesn't appeal to me. I'm a brother that's kind of like, conservative in my views, and I just really don't like our people being represented in the media as imbeciles and idiots and things of this nature. It's sad that we are so attracted to these car crash stories. It's sad that we are, and I'm just hoping that eventually we can get back to talking about things that are pertinent to the liberation struggle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you. But
that's my
yeah. But Rob, I played this, right? That I want you to understand where I'm coming from. That we got to be very candid of what's going on of us as a people. And we got to be very talkative. We got to be very candid. We got to be very transparent. That's what I want to. That's what I really want to talk about. And also, I'm going to switch to a whole new subject. Talk about the government and stuff. That and I understand what Brother Rob is saying. So I want people to understand I'm not against what Brother Rob is saying. Good brother, because he's part of the family for a long time. He knows me 6 years. I want y'all to understand this, that if we want to be good to each other, we got to do right by each other. We got to do right by each other, yo. That means if anything that is unrighteous, you got to call it out. And right here, I want people to understand that this is, like Brother Rob said, this is not the way we should conduct ourselves. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But now we're going to switch base of this government. Now, if you're anybody that was checking out the news, now they talk about they are finding unclosed classification new information on President Biden, and it's popping up everywhere. So I wanted us to talk about that because there are some security violation has happened, and I know people that underrated. It doesn't it really don't apply to us. Yes, it does, because now it's probably right now you got people in the Trump camp talking about yeah. Then you got the Biden camp. They say this is not right, and so I want to ask this question: do y'all think that whatever you have in your life is secure? Wherever you do, it is secure. I'm just putting the question out there. Anybody could get at it. Hello?
Yo, hey, could you ask the question one more time? You said
Okay. No, I'm gonna tell you the story. I don't know. She's still a good brother about. There are classified information popping up about Biden in different parts, and the government had to find out who's doing this. Now we already know that there's a legend that Trump had withhold some evidence from the government even a few months before that, a few months ago on that. And I asked this question: do y'all think the information that you put out here is personal or is it protected?
is it secure? Well, yeah.
Secure.
I say nah. I mean, things that you put out on social media, anybody can consume. And then in terms of like your personal email and stuff like that, if at any point in time it becomes part of an investigation, then that won't be personal either. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be pertinent to the case. You see what I mean? It'll be important to the investigation. You
Right.
know, just like this dude that tragically murdered them kids in Idaho or whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? They looking at his social media. I'm sure they
Yeah.
looking at his phone records. I'm sure they looking at his emails. Clearly, we know that they was tracking his phone because it pinged around the apartment where the murders happened more than 10 times. I don't want to quote the exact number.
Right.
But nah, you know what I'm saying? But talking about the former president and the president, right? Classified documents and they being in their possession. I would say that's carelessness. But in Trump's case specifically, right? This man is famous for not reading his press briefings.
Right.
What the fuck are you doing with classified documents, sir? You
There
don't
you
even
go.
read your press briefings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I don't, I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm just for
Right.
black folks. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think they cases out of it's not comparing apples to apples, even though both of them had classified documents.
Right.
Trump is famous for not even reading his press briefings. He just
Uh-huh.
want people to tell him what it say.
Uh-huh.
So why would you take classified documents home? You know what I mean? So that's just how my opinion on it. You know what I'm saying?
I would say for this, brother, I'm glad you brought that point out. Because there is a divide in this country. What you talk about, and I'm glad that's an excellent point you bring up. And they're trying to compare. There's no comparison. As for me, born and raised in New York, Trump was a registered Democrat, but he was always like this. And like I said, I don't have no dog of any of these parties. No, I don't. But some tell me that Republicans know what's going on, and to me, Trump still run the Republican Party. And they try to do whatever they can to get him off. And I would say to the Democrats, this is the time to step up and show people who you are. And so I would say about that too. Martin Luther King birthday is coming up very soon. There's a lot of people that celebrate in their own way. So I want to ask y'all, how you gonna celebrate? How y'all gonna celebrate it?
To get on the topic, you said, do you think our information is private, or is it getting out there? Is it classified information getting out there? No, none of our information is private. As long as we're on the social media and we are taking these electronics and putting our private information in it, there's so many access ways for them to get our personal information. If a child is missing and you go to the police, the first thing they ask you, what's their Facebook? So that right there shows you that they can access your information without getting an okay from you or without getting an okay from nobody. If they need to find somebody, they have to go to court to get a warrant to say they can access your phone, your emails, your details. And if they can do that, there's no privacy. As long as you put in information in the phone, there's no privacy. I'm guilty of that. I put everything in my phone. My bank account, my emails, my passwords, private notes, just to keep on hand, pictures, and all that stuff is not private. So if I do anything towards the government that's like critical to them in their eyes, if they want to take me down, they can. They can find me easily. They can track my phone. They can find where I'm at. They know where I'm at. If I'm on any kind of government assistance, definitely when you're on government assistance, you sign your information away. When the government assistance, they ask you information about your bank account. They ask you information about things that you want private and you don't want nobody to look at. Once you sign that document, the government is able to get into your information without you even knowing. Even if they want to see if you're causing fraud, they want to get into it. So all that is your information private? No. When you go to college, you ask for help, loans. You have to tell them how much income is in your household, how many people live in your household, who do you live with? If your mom and your dad is working, what is their names? Once you put your names and your name and your social security number out there, you are no longer private. If you live in a low income housing, you have to give all that information up. You no longer private. If you want to get social security, you no longer private. Again, if you want to go to college, it's no longer private. So to say anything is private, you done gave up your life the moment you signed the documentation. Can they, if they want to, you sign a paper, you sign a paper saying that can they look into your information just for fun, and you sign it on, you say, hey, it's no problem. Definitely young kids, they do it a lot. They don't read their documents like Trump. You don't read your documents and you signing all these things and you don't know that you just allow part of the government to be in your business.
Okay.
And then you say how I'm celebrating Martin Luther King birthday. The way I celebrate Martin Luther King birthday is be proud of who I am, stay out of trouble, and try to educate my kids on a lot of information of our people.
Okay.
Yeah, normally I have some type of community service project that is set and ready to go. But this year, I'm just really taking a break. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just going to enjoy my day off. I'm going to probably argue with some people on YouTube about romanticizing our history and stuff like that. Because, see, here's the thing, you know, and it came up in class Friday, right? We tend to believe that Martin Luther King was this figure that the Black community embraced and he was our hero while he was alive. That is not the truth. The truth is, most black people had an adverse opinion of Dr. King. They didn't like this man. As a matter of fact, when he came to organize in Chicago, when he marched in Marquette Park, there were only 3 churches out of maybe 5,000 that allowed Dr. King to come to their church to organize. I'm talking about church folks. Church folks that were saying Dr. King is keeping up all this trouble with these good white folk. You see? And so I recognize his sacrifice. I recognize how he transformed himself, and in doing that, right, he literally changed the course of history for the United States of America in terms of how they had to legally treat black folks. You know what I'm saying? We tend to forget that, you know, if you just wanted to stop at the gas station to use the washroom, oh, that was impossible before Dr. King. It was only certain bathrooms you was going to use. That was impossible before Dr. People forget that. That is what that man did, and his ultimate sacrifice. You know, I could keep going, but, you know, I feel like Dr. King is a hero, and we should recognize him as such.
Thank you, Brother Rob. Let's welcome Brother Alonzo Hall.
What's going on, y'all?
Good afternoon to you. Peace to you. I'm sorry.
Peace, good brother.
Peace to everybody and your families.
Hello,
on the panel
Alonzo.
and even on the chat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. I used to say that. My fault.
Yes, peace to everyone. Peace, Brother Rob. Peace, Eyes Love. Peace, JT, Underrated Darkness, the #1 grinder. Brother Rob, I definitely understand what you're saying there. I want to pose a question, though. Even Dr. King, I think, mentioned, you know, at the end, I think I may have led my people into a burning building, and maybe integration wasn't the best thing for us, right? Maybe separate but equal was one of the best things for us. And I think what the issue is as specifically Black Americans, we now are the only group in the United States that does not practice separate but equal. And what I mean when I say that is we don't practice subgroup economics. I saw a meme on TikTok or something where a young lady said, you know, let's normalize truly supporting Black, buying Black. And that doesn't mean buying a scarf from your friend on Etsy one time. That means using a Black financial planner, using a Black real estate agent, using a Black attorney, using a Black accountant, right? Things like that, right? I see it all the time. People, oh, well, you know, I'm going to go, what company are you with? Well, I'm a broker. I'm with whatever company, you know, that fits you the best, right? But, you know, well, I'm going to go with this name brand company because I've heard of Prudential. Well, I'm a Black advisor. I actually have a relationship with Prudential. I can get you there, but, you know, you're going on the merit of a name. Now that comes from, unfortunately, I'm sure we've all seen the movie, The Secrets of Selling the Negro, where there, you know, we as a people will speak negatively about, you know, wearing Gucci, but there's value in wearing Gucci, or it used to be. And obviously not just specifically Gucci, but that used to be the quality items, which is why we value expensive things, which is why even as the least wealthy group in America, we are the #1 purchasers of luxury vehicles, right? Well, the reason we purchase those luxury vehicles is not because, you know, just because I want a Benz. The reason I want a Benz is because having a Benz is multifold. #1, it's a status symbol, right? And what better way to, even though I have a lack of status, to at least feel like I have status by blurring the lines between haves and have-nots, right? Because I know the rich white folks got Benzes, and those cars seem to be good. But the rich white folk not only can buy the Benz, and pay $500 a month on the car note, but they can afford the Benz. And what do I mean when I say that? Well, it's $500 for an oil change. Also, you can't use regular gas. You got to use the premium stuff. Go ahead, Ice.
One thing I wanted to say about the Martin Luther King thing, I think he did make kind of one mistake. He told us to want something that was not ours. Meaning we trained, he taught us to fight to go to these schools that didn't want us, not teach us to build what we should have built our own black schools, our own businesses, our own banks, support us to say finish school and build it in your own community and build your community up. It was more of people took it as more, let's move into their neighborhood or let's move into their schools or let's go to their colleges because we wanted to feel equal and not the understanding of we should have, all right, since y'all got a good school over there, we're going to send a couple of y'all over there to get that education, but you come back to the neighborhood and you educate your people and then build a school so that because the same education they got, you can bring it back over here. So I think the way Martin Luther King, I can see where he was trying to get to, but I think where it took us, it didn't teach us to build our own stuff. It taught us to want somebody else's stuff. Or I want to get that education because I think their education is better, which we can say that because if we look at our schools, we lacking in a lot of things. But I think when he took us on this road, it wasn't more of embracing yourself. It was more of let's hold each other hands and let's build together and not realize we had to build ourselves up and we have to understand who we are and we got to understand where we stand in this world. And if we don't start building ourselves up, we're gonna always want what somebody else have.
Well, let me say this, right? I would Rob Martin King, he's the hero. And I would say this that he did talk about the injustices of our people of all levels. And I think that sometimes we fail to understand that. Because I remember when I was very little, I heard one of his speeches back in '67. It was somewhere in the north. I don't know, it was New York, Jersey, but he was talking about economics. He was talking about slavery. He was talking about we need reparations, and he was talking about even before then, and even there was even some Christians was against that, and so for me, I do pay homage for the late great Martin Luther King because the man was died for us, and especially us.
He did die.
He died. I mean, he got stabbed. Right, he did die. Right, he did die for us. So especially for us as Black African descent, we should pay attention to the message, and also we got to keep on pushing. And we have to understand that things got better. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. See what I'm reading. Someone slept with the fam. Yeah, that was before that, bro. Yeah, we ain't gonna touch that. But good afternoon to you. And so I said for me that my parents. I remember my parents said it was at times that this is 20, 30 years even before that they couldn't even use the bathroom where they at. And I'm talking about up north. Because everybody talk about the South, rightfully so. But up north, it was you can't use the bathroom. All right. You go to certain stores, you can't even go to certain stores. You can't even go to certain department. You have to go downstairs, the basement. And I'm talking about this is like in the 60s. I ain't talking about the 50s. This was the 60s. And so when I was born, they got a little better, yeah, but it was still, in a way, still the same. And so by me living, going on 57 years of my life and with that, I pay homage to the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King because he's one of the few was willing to talk about the injustices in this country for us as Black African descent, and even around the world. He's one of the few. And I'm on, and for me, as being a person of African descent, I appreciate that, and we should pay homage that he is a hero.
I agree.
Hey, and I just like to say, it's not lost on me the points that y'all are making. That Dr. King was an advocate for integration, in that he had hope, optimism in working with white folks, right? That's not lost on me. But here's the thing. This is a very nuanced conversation. Dr. King was a preacher, y'all. He was a Baptist preacher at that. And so this would make him biased in terms of, the blackity black perspective. You know what I mean? Second thing is, integration was a strategy to get resources. And then by him openly admitting it, that he's integrating us into a burning house, just kind of highlights, the point that I'm trying to make. Also, at this time, psychologically speaking, socially speaking, right? Dr. King is waking up some people who openly accepted Jim Crow. Hey, that's just the way things is. Forget trying to vote. Forget trying to go to college. They ain't gonna never let us do it. Dr. King attacked that mentality inside of our own people, with vitriol coming from every direction. Even Malcolm X, El Haj Malik Shabazz, even Malcolm X used to cook this man in the media in front of white folks. This wasn't behind closed doors, y'all. And there was other leaders, right, that did the same thing. Dr. King bared all of that. And we all know that his intentions was pure. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a number one, not we have to do the research on understanding that integration was a strategy to get resources.
Right.
This is why he started the Poor People's Campaign.
Let me ask you this, brother. You're familiar with Q Butter and Zayat, correct?
No doubt.
Okay. So now, in that, I mean, this brother was able to start something completely grassroots, right? And I'm actually going to piggyback off of your statement here, because the vitriol from our own is something that we may need to learn how to strategically deal with that on the back end. Like, I was listening to, I bump Q Butter's music a lot, right? And one thing that I noticed is with ours, we're always, someone's so quick to be that C word, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're always blasting on them, whereas we're not blasting on the others. Again, I'm not completely against integration, right? But my point of emphasis with integration is separate but equal. There is no Negro town, for lack of a better word, right?
No doubt.
There is, however, Koreatown. There is, however, in New York, they have entire towns with the yeshiva, with their language lettering in the colors of NYPD, provided by the city of New York, where their police cars are, in their language. Right? They have buildings in Chinatown where McDonald's is spelled in Chinese language. If you go to Coney Island or Avenue U in Brooklyn, there's McDonald's and Chase Bank, but the letters are Russian.
Right.
We don't have that. But they have separate but equal. So they've integrated, but what they did was they built up theirs. Exactly. And then theirs is theirs. And then they're like, okay, now that we're equal, will come and deal with y'all.
Can I say
And
something about? Oh, I'm
yes,
sorry.
ma'am. No, go
You're
ahead.
so right on that comment because I lived in Brooklyn. Brooklyn felt like home to me. Like I can go back to my roots, born and raised there, and I will always feel like home there. And as I went there, it started becoming unknown. I didn't even know my old neighborhoods. I was like, "What neighborhood is this? Did they just built this?" And this was Park Place. And when you went, they turned that into little shops. Not to sound racist, but they turned it into shops that, I know I'm not sitting on no pillows to be sitting on those to be in no shop. They sold it into they bought it into these expensive little tiny shops where you can buy a dress for like $60. And that's them little tiny homemade dresses, not from our people. And they so expensive. Then we got these little shops that sell the same exact bagels that I know if my people sell, it'd have been $1.25, 50 cents. But I go over here, it's about $4, and that's across the street from my building or from the same corner store that's been there for 20 years. And Brooklyn doesn't feel like Brooklyn anymore. They came in, they said, "Oh, I just want to integrate with you. I want to bring more." I understood the part of we can bring money. Like if we come into your town, we're gonna bring money, we're gonna build it up. But you build it up so much that it pushed us out of it.
Yeah. It is right, and that to y'all point, right? And I'm from Chicago, you know what I'm saying? I could tell you was from Brooklyn. I could tell you was from NY somewhere, you know what I mean? Right? But I'm from Chicago. In Chicago, right, it is well known. The west side and the south side, including the east side, it is mostly predominantly black, right? But we got, because due to the violence, right, we got 250,000 people, predominantly black, that have left the city. And what they're doing is going to these areas where it's high growth, like Cedar Hills in Texas, Fort Worth area in Texas, out there in Phoenix, Flagstaff, and these areas where it's high growth. Some of them have left the states and went to Ghana. You know what I'm saying? And they out there building in Ghana.
Wow.
So it's happening, right? The issue is that it's not in the news. And then also to your point, where in Brooklyn, right? The only way gentrification happened is because black folks in that area don't have the owner mindset. You have to have the philosophy, the idea that you should own where you live. This is
I can speak to that.
This is what Dr. King was talking about in the last 3 years of his life. A lot of people believe that he was this kumbaya ass nigga. You know what I'm saying?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was not. He was on camera. Hey, let's all get together. Behind closed doors, though, he like, man, black is beautiful. Hey, don't nobody take your manhood. Hey, our people are beautiful. We can do this. We can do this. He got the same stigma that Booker T. Washington had in front of the cameras. Booker T. Washington is, hey, we gonna get in our place, boss. And hey, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Behind closed doors, Booker T. Washington like, hey, we gonna have the best bricks known to man. We about to have the best beds. They made their own beds. Those first
the spook who sat by the door.
classes from Tuskegee made their own beds. Made their own clothes.
Clothes, yo.
But
so if I can speak to the gentrification on my fault.
After this, I want to jump into it. Go ahead.
So in speaking to the gentrification, unfortunately in Brooklyn, I was part of the reason for a lot of that gentrification. In terms of, I was selling real estate. And like you said, unfortunately, the ownership, I guess I can't say I was exactly part of it, but, I as a realtor and when I was doing real estate in New York, I ushered in a lot of others into our own community. Prime example, I used to live between Eastern Parkway and Atlantic Avenue off of Herkimer Street. There used to be a black-owned church that was in that area. Well, back in 2017, that church got knocked down. When that church got knocked down, I don't know if anybody's watched the A&E show $1 Million Listings New York, but they came in with a developer and developed condos. Those condos, everyone in the neighborhood was like, "Oh, that's about to be low-income housing," and da 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 da. And I was like, "No, it's not. It's high-income condos." And unfortunately, the temp of the town was, "Oh, nigga, you don't know what you're talking about." Even though I partnered with the listing agent, Ryan Serhants, and I literally walked in there and got a listing, and he told me, "Listen, help me sell out this building." So I literally understood it wasn't low-income housing. But everybody in the neighborhood, unfortunately, did not want to listen to another nigga, right? So they was like, "Nah, nigga, you don't know what you're talking about. That's low-income housing." Now, that particular neighborhood is gentrified. Now, when we look at gentrification, we also have to realize that gentrification does have a lot to do with money, and we as Black people have a lot of money, right? I am part of gentrification. Me and my wife are part of gentrification. What do I mean when I say that? I like them little coffee shops, and I know you was talking about like the little boutique with the extra expensive Legos and extra expensive dress, right? I like to go there to the now. I would prefer that it would be a Black-owned one, right? Like if you go over, I don't know if you're familiar with Lewis Avenue. It changed from Troy Ave to Lewis Ave, right? I used to live on one of the 4 best blocks in Bed-Stuy, right? I used to live on Bainbridge Street, right? And over by Boys and Girls High.
That park,
that's like
block away from the park.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Now, when I'm from Connecticut, right? New Haven, right? But I moved there for my wife, who was in Brooklyn. When I first went, I was like, "Oh, I'm about to go to Bed-Stuy, do or die." I thought I was going to be up Nostrand Ave or something where Biggie was. When I got to her neighborhood, I was like, "Holy smokes, this is like the Cosby neighborhood." To give you an example, her mother was a financial advisor at Morgan Stanley. Her father was a diamond cutter in the Diamond District. Her stepfather worked for Columbia University. Everybody on my block owned their home. So the Benzes in front of our house belong there. But if you go up the block to the Risley Dent projects, which are at the end of Bainbridge Street as well, it was like a whole different world. Right? It used to be the Adam Clayton Powell projects, but they changed it to the Risley Dent projects. And Brother Rob, to speak to your situation in Chicago, the violence is not coming from us, right? Because you see these gentlemen with these, 30-round extendo clips. Last time I checked, bullets were expensive. Young brothers ain't even really being able to afford their pack of drugs, right? I was out there in real life doing this. What we would do, we would spread all this money across our arm, but we was living off of $4 a day eating Chinese chicken wings because that other $1,000 had to go back to Pablo to re-up. Now, we also have to look at the fact that a lot of these gangs and stuff, they're no worse than back in the 1920s and Prohibition. History repeats itself. It's only bad now because we don't look like them. But also, Black gangs almost don't exist anymore. Right? There was a Joe Rogan interview where he explained, no, what happened was the Mexican cartels came in and eliminated Black gangs. They're almost eliminating Black people. What do I mean by when I say that? Compton used to be gang, gang, bang, bang city for Blacks. Now, Compton is gang, gang, bang, bang city for Mexicans. So much so that they've changed Compton to an acronym. It stands for City of Mexicans Pulling Triggers on Niggas. Right? So there's a whole host of stuff that we're getting blamed for that's not there. Let's look at these killings of a lot of these rappers. These are militaristic killings. A lot of our brothers are unaware of how to do this. This is why you have brothers do things like say a gun is dirty. They mean that literally and figuratively. Most of the time, if you're from the hood or from the streets for real, when you hear someone say a dirty gun, that means a gun that was used in the commission of a crime, usually someone being shot. But the reality of a dirty gun is the reason it's dirty is because it hasn't been cleaned. Because most of us are not NRA certified or trained. So we don't know how to shoot someone and then change the fingerprint of the gun by cleaning it and changing the barrel. So now when they do that ballistics test, so they can see the grooves that are put into that bullet and they try to fire yours, it's a completely different fingerprint. I'm not telling you guys how to get away with murder. I'm
Wait,
just saying.
pause. Let's not give it all to them. No, we know that. No, I'm not. I can tell you how to scrape a gun clean. I'm not from the streets. I haven't done no crime, but I am not stupid how to make sure a gun is clean so you cannot trace it, or it can look like a total different gun. So we cannot give them all that credit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, because that's smarts there.
Hey, Zoe, look right. All the time. You know what I'm saying? I was associated, and I say that our street tribes, we don't really, we don't really have organization like how we did in the 90s.
Growth and development, brother. Growth and development.
Right. But nah, I was on the other side. I was almighty. I was a Blackstone.
TVL, okay.
079 BPSN, Blackstone Nation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, right? This is just maybe it's just unique to Chicago. They locked up all of the heads of all of the things, and then it was a free for all. It was like the Wild Wild West, and the shorties that came behind us, oh man, they are not like us. You know what I'm saying? I just say that. You know what I'm saying? And then with you speaking on, man, they got ghost guns now.
Right.
So like,
right.
The issue is this though. You know what I'm saying? Man, I never tell another man, put your gun away, but don't use it on yourself.
Right.
You see? When you draw it on your brother, you really drawing it on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's that paranoia, because though it sounds like you was out there on them blocks, right? That paranoia when you walk outside the first thing in the morning, you know what I'm talking about?
Man, that paranoia not trusting your own homies.
Listen.
Man, bro. Hey, a car ride by too many times. It don't even matter. It could just be the same car that drove past twice. Always going somewhere else. That is how I live my life for a long period of time. I'm talking about just seeing the same person in a different environment too many times. Man, bro, that might have been your life with me. You know what I'm saying? That was real, bro. Because I mean, at the end of the day, I tell my shorties that because I work in education, and I don't lie to them. You know what I'm saying? That shit right there, that gangbanging shit, ain't shit cool about that.
No.
Ain't nothing cool about that when you gotta question everybody, the people that's around you, especially. You know what I mean? So man, bro, hey, I'm just telling you, I can use 5-syllable words, but yeah, I'm from, like I told you, I'm from 079. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts. I got you.
I got you.
Man, listen, you know what's worse? When, for example, like you said, it's pulling in on your own. And for example, when I got hit up, I got shot in North Carolina, right? In Winston-Salem in the Trefo, right? 3 days before Mother's Day, and my mother got to witness me catching them bullets, right? So when I woke up in the hospital, when they asked me to describe my potential murderer, I had to basically give them a description. I was like, he was black with a beard. I basically just described myself to them, right? And that was unfortunate, but it is a proximity thing. I do realize that. I got to get going because I got to get ready for another podcast, but I want to drop a shameless plug in terms of Black Financial Professionals. The 25th of this month, I'm holding a second webinar with me and my colleague Talani Granger. This is a young lady that I took from Charles Schwab and had her to work with me. And we are going to be doing a monthly financial workshop. We're going to do a Q&A session. It's a Zoom. I'll drop the links and everything. You can follow my community page and it'll be there. And we're trying to open our eyes to, because ultimately one of the things that will help us change things is resources. So, work with us so we can work with y'all. And,
Okay.
let's put our money in Black-owned financial institutions. One that we have, instead of going to Charles Schwab, let's go to Ariel Investments, ARIEL. It was started in 1984 by a Black man. The current president and CEO is a Black woman who happens to be his daughter. So we also need to learn to practice nepotism because everybody else does, and that's separate but equal. I'll drop the link in the back chat, and then I got to get going. And I like to drop my little moniker. So wipe ass, work in progress every day, and see success. And remember, folks, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge. Salute.
So, all right, let me get into it. Let me read this off. Welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the #1 grinder, one of the best casinos on YouTube. This is the very first, the Underrated Brunch talk. And let me read this out. Come and join real conversation with the #1 grinder, us as righteous one individually. Let's make a change within ourselves and genuine being there for each other. We all we got. Remember that, yo. We all we got. Now go shift back what y'all were talking about. I remember the resettlement. I remember that because that we get a little history of it. And as Brother Rob, you know what I'm saying, because it happened in your city too. What happened in New York, right? This started from Clinton. And what happened was it was his white politicians and Black politicians, Hispanic politicians. What happened was the Clinton ended up moving to New York City. Now, people understand this. When if you're in politics, when you move to another state, you're supposed to wait a certain amount of years to run for office. And what happened was Al Sharpton and the rest of them had pushed Clinton for them. And that's when you see that everything was going down for us as a people. The jobs was gone. Prominent Black neighborhoods, little by little, was gone. We talking about in the 2000s, in the decade of 2000s. You see, certain hospitals was acting. Now they getting up like real estate agencies, and they start buying these buildings up. So Harlem was not ours no more. Other prominent places were not ours no more. The sad thing about prominent Black businesses have been in New York for even before I was born, was gone. All right, and even the education system been gone, but you can stick a fork in it. Even they was raising the New York City House Authority got into the act. It was raising up rent. And so it was so bad that our people had to move and find somewhere else. And they moved other ethnic groups in there so they could have the benefits of it. So what I'm saying is this, that we never really have benefits of it. And also, there are also prominent Black people did not fight for us either. So we have basketball courts that turned into soccer courts.
Golf courts, tennis
golf courts, all that. Right, and even like the program that we have to keep our kids out of trouble, that was going to them. And so by me seeing this and then speed it up to 2019, that I lost my mother and I lost my late younger brother. When I see this and I'm like, wow, culture's gone. Our culture is gone. Now people say, "What do you mean culture is gone?" You want? I said, "Listen, like sister I love talk. She said, "Listen, you can have those things, but let our people. Brother, there's hardly none of us have businesses in New York City. Period. That other ethnic groups have businesses, and there are some people who's gonna say, "Oh yeah, but at least they cleaned up the bad stuff that happened." No, I can tell you what that. Me being New York and anybody that been with this and everything around the country, wasn't like that, because this was planned even like 30 years before that. Because when I was little, I used to see them drawing lines and stuff like And so when you see black ministers have been the standard of our community for a long time ago, and some of them had to sell, some had to go other places. They want to make no money, and you see other people come here, but they want us to play ball. But how you can play ball? You got your own people selling you out. And the sad thing about it, majority of them are churchgoers and politicians. And that's to me that I think of stuff like that when I see things going on and everything, and then kind of find out Hillary Clinton became senator within 2 years. Within 2 years, and then the onslaught got worse. But the people in the churches and the politicians, they had a fat bank, they had a fat pockets. Look at Al Sharpton now. He on MSNBC, got his own show and everything. So I was asking Al Sharpton all along. Some people thought that you fight for us. They put money in your pocket. While doctors and lawyers had their own brownstone in Harlem, in Brooklyn. It's not just happening in Harlem, in the Bronx, Brooklyn, you name it. You didn't fight for them and others. Now we're in 2023. You look at Brooklyn, what? And they even got fiberglass backboards. We've been asking fiberglass backboards for a long time. You go in a certain park, right? You came and chill in the park with your significant one, play with your kids. You gotta be at that park a certain time. If not, they'll arrest you. Thank you, Brother Rob, for coming. Go ahead, Sister Oz.
I'm just saying, what I want to say is that we all know what is going wrong and why we are the way we are, or why things are the way we are. We just need to do something better. We need to change. We need to start teaching our youth to not what? Go ahead. To not depend on, to try to build themselves up. That's what we need to start doing. Because all this keep talking about the past. The past is going to educate us and teach us to move smarter, but it's not getting us nowhere. It's not, we can talk about it all day, but it's not, what is it that we could do? What is it that we all doing together to improve this? All this that Martin Luther King said, and y'all said he said. What are we doing? We didn't do nothing but allow his words to evaporate and be set in the background. So to celebrate Martin Luther King, as y'all said, because I already said how I felt, then why are we not doing that? Just talking and being on YouTube or putting out commercials is not going to start it. We have to start somewhere. We have to start volunteering a lot more and talking to our youth. We have to start as people getting together and saying we are a team. We're not on different playing fields, because our people are so mindset that they think we're on different playing fields. We have people, once you get up, they trying to out you because you're better than them, or you looking better than them, or they don't like that you move in a certain way, and that's either out the hood or getting out of this situation. You have a lot of African American people that wants to be the so-called word ratchet. They don't want education. They don't want to teach their children better. We have to do something so where we can get to our people personally, physically, and tell them that we gotta change. We gotta start building within ourselves and stop being dependent on someone else. Start telling these people if we're gonna start I can't start a business until you make the criteria easy for me to grasp.
Got it. Well, what I'm going to do. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that, brother Alonzo. What I'm going to do, like I said, well, this is the underrated brunch talk, number one, and I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I'm not going to do it all the time, but I would do it sparingly. You know, usually I do series. I do up to 10, but I'm gonna keep this going. And let's have these discussions. You know, continuing discussions and stuff. So, Sister Eyes, make your last remark. Stay here and make my last remark. We're gonna close this out.
My last remark will be: they say that we photograph so much of the negative of our people. We need to start getting our channel and start photographing more of how we trying to get together and not going against one another, and show the media, show the world that we're trying to build together, because they have so much negative light on us, and they need to see that we are trying to fight to improve ourselves. So that's just my last words.
Well, I would say this, that this has been pretty good. I appreciate people showed up. And like I said, I don't know when I'm gonna do it next time. Hey, Community Solutions, if you want to come up for a few minutes, you can. If you want to come up, feel free. If not, I will close it out. It's okay, like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I would say this, that and 12, Sister I, she right about this. What she said. But sometimes we gotta show certain things what people not doing, so we could learn from it, so it won't happen to us. So we have to understand that us as a people, we got ways to go. Okay, no problem. No problem. And the thing is, for me, is that we are dying a lot. We are dying a lot. We don't love each other. We don't care for each other. And some of us do not stand for doing what's right. We letting this society program us to be a savage. And I can tell you is that we gotta change it. And the ones who not willing to change it, that's on them. Angela Bell, welcome. Angela Bell, welcome. I don't know you, but I'm glad you're here. Hope that you subscribe to the channel. Brother Official, how you doing? I send a link. You want to get on the panel? Send a link to your email if you want to come up for a few minutes. Well, welcome, Angela Bell. Welcome. Glad that you're here. And listen, let me say, I'll turn the camera. Look, I'm not gonna get it right all the time. I'm not, but got you. But I'm gonna stand up against this evil system that the people work in it. It was someone that looked like us. Okay. You be safe out there, brother. Be safe out there. I did a powerful chopper with this brother right here, Brother Official 1SP. Y'all need to check it out. So, my thing is this, that it's now or never. And we have to learn to be real team. We have to learn to be team players. Not everybody's going to be a leader at one time. No? Okay, no problem. Thank you. And you gotta start from somewhere. No? You don't have to have a lot of money to help people. You don't have to have a lot of money to start a movement to do what's right. You don't. That's people understand. Now, anybody that wants to donate, it's flashing right in front of you. Is $ capital JT 53000. That's my Cash App. Also, I have PayPal. It's PayPal all caps. PayPal.me/JT Black 53. So you want to donate? That'd be greatly appreciated. Or if you don't have that, hit the like button. It's not gonna hurt. It's free. Share this out. It's still free. So we have to No, I didn't see that. I didn't see the question, bro. You might have to put it in the chat again. I didn't see it. And like I said, this is the first underrated brunch talk that I be doing sometime. I'm not gonna do it all the time, but we need to get. You need to get somewhere, y'all. We need to get somewhere. No. Just like we were talking about the clearance with President Biden. And Republicans trying to do everything to make sure trying to destroy him. But you got a man. Again, I don't have a dog of eating them party, so trust me on this one. No. But I'm saying this, that especially us as a people, we better pay attention to what's going on. I'm saying avoid TV. Yes, avoid the information, whatever going on. But I think that we really pay attention because there is danger in the government. And we dealing with wicked people, sick people. And we better understand that whatever goes in the government, trust me, it will trickle down. And we better educate ourselves on it. On a Saturday, yeah, I agree with that, but was more than that. But I say this. Whatever happens, other people catch the cold. We get the flu. No? Black man, we got to step up more to stand up and being counted. because this government ain't gonna do it. The black one the same way. We better work together. Better understand that. And matter of fact, I'm gonna stay a few more minutes. You know. Anybody that wants to come back on, you can. But we got to keep on telling the truth and stand on the truth. Because I believe there's quite a few people who will understand and stand for the truth and keep on. And I'm proud of y'all. If you married, keep it tight. If you're in a relationship, keep it tight. We have to understand that. You got men wearing the pants off their behind. You got women being a slut. You got men want to be women. You got women wants to be men. Okay, Sister Oz. When you talk about stuff like, oh no, you ain't no right, because you know. So, seem like the ones that are unrighteous, they the one that have more stuff than us. And just gotta do better, y'all. Just gotta do better. You know. Yep. NFL's playoffs is tomorrow. Go check it out. I think it's some games played today, I think, if I'm mistaken. But we just gotta do better, y'all. Just gotta do better. Gotta do better. Gotta do better. Gotta do better. Yep. Hope everybody's doing okay. Everybody doing all right. I might do some Instagram later on. I'm not sure yet, but just see. But I've been on, and also too. There's quite a few killings of young people. I'm talking about very young. Also, there are some very young ones carry guns to schools. Yes. The same town I live in, there's a 6-year-old shot a teacher. I don't know how they learn to use a gun, but they're not learning in schools. Makes you think, right? Thank you, Angela. Thank you. Hope that you subscribe to the and that's sad. It's real sad. Ain't gonna be the first. Ain't gonna be the last. I'm telling y'all. Now on this channel, let me say this. You know, my channel is different. You know, I talk about everything. You know, I try to do the best I can to give y'all the truth. Even if I had to talk about myself to help y'all, I do want to do that too. So it is so scary. It is just a community solutions. It is. It's very scary. Why you think in our community for the last decade and a half is lack of our people want to be teachers? Could you blame them? And I'm gonna keep on talking about this too. They are teachers is really molesting our kids in the schools. We need to talk more. I talk about it on my channel, but we need to talk about that more because there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot happening right now. That mainstream media trying to sweep underneath the rug. let me put this out there. Just as some people always say, "Oh, men, I'm gonna say the R word. I'm gonna say the R. Now I ain't gonna say the R word. Violate little boys, little girls is true. But there are women violate little girls. When we gonna talk about that? Women might violate little girls, little boys and little girls. Let's talk about that. We always hear about the boys. So I've been talking about this for the longest. Yeah, that's messed up. So I hope you share me out. Greatly appreciate. You know, just understand that still got work to do. And anybody that's check out my channel through it. Check it out. I ain't got nothing to hide. Check it out. Good afternoon, brother C. How you doing? Glad that you're here. But if he wants to come up, you can. I send a link to your text. Oh, thank you, Angela. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Ticket's my brother right here. Ticket's my brother. That's my. He always had to be part of Underated One Fest. Shout out to the LWBC. That stands for Lions Den Boxing Community. They head of 7A Sports. I've been rolling with them a long time. They are family. They know me. They know me. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate that. Shout out to my brother Ticket TV, man. Shout out to my brother Ticket TV, man. Want you go support the brother. You know. But we need to talk about these things, y'all. We need to talk about what's going on, man. These government. Talk about these men still, want too emotional. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to do the right thing. Want to hear about more successful marriages, successful relationships. And I'm gonna bring more about that. Also, I'm gonna bring the injustice about us as black men we still go through. That's not gonna change. I'm gonna talk more about that too. Because I believe that the black man, the black woman, we gotta hold each other accountable, y'all. What's going on? There go Brother Sheed, the building. Good evening. Good afternoon, Brother Sheed.
Morning. Afternoon. What's going on?
All right. How you feel, brother?
Good.
Thank you, Michael James. I ain't see you in a while, man. How you been, brother? How you been? Yeah, I've just been doing the first underrated brunch talk. You know, anything
Okay.
you want to add, brother? You go ahead.
What's the topic on it?
It could be any topic, bro.
Yeah, because I was just on another panel. They was talking about family and men setting standards with women with having kids. So
Uh-huh.
even with that dealing with family, a lot of people gotta you know how to build a structure in the family.
Right.
You know, and then with Gold Professor, he always with his 9 laws to start with you first.
Uh-huh.
So building that structure of that family, you got to be the one to adopt that mindset. You know
Right.
how
Mhm.
you want to deal with your kids, how you want to deal with the missus and everything. And a lot of people forget about that.
Yes.
That'd be
Yeah.
the first, problem with the structure and building the family because, you know, you overlook the point of reference is, what type of structure you're gonna have. You're gonna have it to where your kids will be more disciplined, learn and listen to adults, every adult, not just, certain particular adults, only because that's one of the biggest things. My kids know you're not supposed to
Mhm.
disrespect any adult. If they do something wrong, you come get me, let me handle them, let 2 adults handle that conversation unless you're going back and forth with an adult. Only reason I allow that if they were just totally out of the way, to a point,
Yes.
somebody come up and slap one of y'all or do something to y'all like that, because you have those adults that say, well, I'm grown, you gonna respect me in this, and I tell them because me and my wife, we got into it one day because a lady told one of my kids at church, she was like, you better act right, you don't want it with me. And so my wife thought that was kind of disrespectful for an adult to come at a child and tell them something like that. But just like I told my wife, I said it starts for what they did. I said because ain't no adult just gonna run up on no child and be
Mhm.
aggressive like that unless they did something. And if they are coming up on a child like that, then you will have to actually, look at that adult and their mentality because you do have
Mhm.
adults that they've feel as if they live so long that nobody
Mhm.
should be able to tell them anything,
Mhm.
and that's not true. You're forever growing, you're forever learning.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. What's channel you was on, brother C?
uh Pastor.
Oh, Pastor.
Yeah, he was going left and then it kind of went back right because he was talking about how he actually came up there to troll the guys in the space.
Right.
And when he actually came up to troll guys in space, he was just going against everything. But then, one of the ladies came up and posed a question and had him thinking like, well, I can't keep trolling because, it's starting to get serious because what you're talking about is what people really need to know and really go through, you know. And so,
Yeah.
hold on. Yeah, then
Oh,
he
you
had
are.
that disconnect to the point. I thought my phone had hooked up to my radio in my car. But no, I'm good. But he had that disconnect to the point where he was like, "Yeah, man, I gotta actually, start talking like I got some sense. This is a topic that people miss out on because we don't talk like this a lot." So he started coming with some sense. At first, he was just playing around, and that's the thing when you had these conversations. You know, ultimately, you coming in with preset, premises of playing or doing something else, and it,
Yeah.
it takes you left.
Right.
And that's like the biggest thing too. A lot of people don't hold themselves accountable that hey, I'm this type of person. I should bring myself up to be a better person by doing this, looking at this, reflecting on this. So that's what holds the narrative for start thinking about themselves. Because you know, I get it. Everybody wants a good relationship, but don't nobody want to put in the work. You know,
Right.
and yep, I know it's gonna switch. And there's some things that people say out of just talking, and
it seems right, but then it's more of a talking matter than more of an action. You know, and they always say that actions speak louder than words. Can you still hear me?
Right. Yeah, I get you.
Okay, yeah, because my mic switched. But when it comes down to it, we'll talk about we want a good relationship, and we'll do all the things that we need to do to have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But when that relationship comes in front of you, all the stuff that you say you're gonna do, you're not doing. You know,
Right.
you got women that say, "Oh, I mean, I'll be the best provider. I'll cook and clean for my husband," but then when they get their husband, they're not cooking and cleaning so much. Then you
Right.
got a guy be like, "Man, if I get this perfect woman, man, I'ma love her. I'ma pay the bills. I'ma do this." But now you got attitude because she requires you to do things, you know, or wants you to do things, and technically you really don't want to do it. You want to do it your way. So it's always that push when it comes to relationships. You know, some people have to settle for things that they don't want to do. Some people have to, you know, have that ability to say, I can do whatever I want. And so that poses a big threat to people, you know, in these relationships because, hey, I don't got to take some if I don't got to.
Right.
And so with me not taking stuff, I can do whatever I want to an extent when I want to do it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I got control over, like people say, you got control over your destiny. You know, a lot of people got more control over their destiny to where they can, you know, do certain things that other people can't.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts right there from the mindset, from you learning and, you know, gardening as a child. Because I was talking to them too, and I was, you know, well, it was on another platform I was talking about this, but I was telling them, you know, as a child, you know, I wanted to do certain things that was different from the norm that mostly everybody in my family wanted to do because, you know, the way I grew up and lived, I didn't want that for my kids to a certain
Right.
degree, you know, because it
Yeah.
was nothing upon my control or my dad's control, but, you know, he died of health complications. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things I look at with me getting so big right now is to lose the weight because my dad died from health complications. I don't want to die early from health complications, you know.
Right.
And he died in, you know, around, you know, 50s or so. I'm young. I'm still 40. Like I got 10 more years. So I turned exactly at 50. And he was in his 50s to a certain extent when he
Mm.
died. So I don't want that to be a reflection on, you know, my kids. Be like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do this at a certain time and I pass. They're gonna lose out on the same things that I lost out on. But you know, I had like a lot of mentors and people helping me along the way. So a lot of people, that's, you know, that's why I push so much about life insurance because with my dad being in the military and having things set up, he gave me more of a fighting chance from a person that don't have nothing, and you know their parents having to, you know, struggle and deal with situations to try to come over adversity. You know, that's why I push life insurance so much because I'm like, you know, if you got kids, especially as a man, you should be thinking full force. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, as that woman, you know, she think about her kids too, but even with that, she should have life insurance.
Yes.
You know, and my thing, you know, Alonzo come to the grips, and you know, we know that everybody's getting like $5,000 and $10,000. $5,000 and $10,000 is okay, but it's not really it's not really doing nothing spectacular, but getting you buried. You know, on average, most burials cost about close to 10,000. I buried my uncle for about I think it was like $7,000 to $8,000, and that was without him getting a grave and what they call the plot and the
Uh-huh.
tombstone because he was in the military. The military took care of that, so I had to pay for the funeral arrangement. I had to pay for the repast, the church or whatever
Uh-huh.
venue we was gonna have the repast and the funeral, the casket, you know, the proceedings on them getting dressed, them bombing fluid, all these little stuff, you know, because the crazy part about it was little sidebar. There was a rapper that just passed, and his family was mad. Okay, the rapper was signed to Gucci Man. You know, Gucci Man's a big artist.
Right.
His family was mad because they were trying to say that Gucci Man should pay for the man's funeral because he was signed to him.
Mm-hmm.
And on that channel I was on, I was talking to the guys, and I was telling them it's not Gucci Man's responsibility to pay for this man's funeral. That's his family or his mom and dad responsibility.
Right.
And they was like, well, he was signed to him. And I'm like, but that's not, and none of that. And then the crazy part was Gucci Man ended up actually paying for the guy's funeral. He paid $20,000, and he paid it the funeral home. The family was mad about that because they wanted the money in their hands to pay for it. You know, they set up this whole
Right.
thing about $20,000. They sent the bill to him and showed him how much everything cost. So he ended up putting the funeral home. He got in touch with the funeral home, ran the credit card, paid it off. You know, and they was like, well, why you didn't give us the money? Well, if the money was going for the funeral, then that shit would have been for it. They wanted the money to do something else, and they probably wasn't gonna have a big funeral like they had planned on doing. You know, and that say the least. And so there were some things that the guy Gucci Man had, like a chain. He gave the guy a chain for his company. The family didn't want to give up the chain. The man just paid for the funeral. Y'all didn't want to give up the chain. You know, that probably cost about $50,000. So
Right.
they didn't want to give up the chain. But I'm like, you can't wear the chain, and it puts responsibility on whoever wears that chain. Might 9 out of 10 get hurt, or pass and be in a situation like the son, the cousin, whoever. And it's just like that responsibility. That's responsibility. That's like me working for Walmart for 5 years, because God didn't even he wasn't even signed that long. So let's say me working with Walmart for 5 years. I don't die at Walmart. I die
Right.
at home or something else. And my family's looking for Walmart to pay
Mm-hmm.
for my funeral arrangement.
Yes,
And
true.
and that's crazy because third World Columbian, he had a broadcast where a guy was like, "This where a real man takes place. You literally say you so-called a drug dealer, you so-called make all this money, but then when you die, you begging people to bury you." He was like, "This is not an average person." He said, "I'm not trying to criticize the average person who really don't have money. I'm criticizing the person that walks around with, $20,000 in jewelry, walks around with $800 and $1,200 pair of shoes on, but you don't have money to bury yourself." He said, "I'm talking to that person."
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of rough, when you put it in that way, that you so-called make all this money, but then when you die, it's like you don't have money to bury yourself." And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that sets the standard real big when it comes to a lot of situations, to where it puts it as, are you really making money? You know, and a lot of people fall short of that. That's why I'm so big on that life insurance, because my thing is, my great grandma always say, you never want to be a burden to nobody.
Right.
Even if you put aside $50 a week, stack that up, that's 200, or put in $25 a week, that's $100 you could put towards your life insurance. I understand when you get older, it costs a little more. Maybe if $10,000 is up your alley for burial, but when you younger and you making money, you should be putting at least $100 or more aside, you know, for funeral. You should not even just for your funeral arrangements. If you're gonna just do it just to be buried, then okay. You could take that, put the money in 401k. When you pass, you can have the money pulled out your 401k, put it towards your funeral arrangement. You need to set up paperwork, all that stuff if you're single. But if you married, of course your wife is gonna benefit. She's gonna get that money, and that's the thing. See, it's like everybody's living on that YOLO. You know, you only live once, but you technically only have this one life to live. So you got to be responsible with the only life that you have to live.
That's true. I
Yeah,
think we,
and that
yeah, I think we gonna talk more. We gonna talk more about this on this channel too. I mean, we should talk about it sometimes. You talk about it too.
yeah.
You gotta
You
do
know
that.
that. You know at 3:30, um, Alonzo and me are going over there on Dr. Dunbar's. We're gonna have a discussion about money.
Okay.
Dr. Dunbar's channel. We're gonna have a discussion about money. I'm gonna actually do a little live a little later, probably about almost about 2:30 to promote it and everything. But yeah, it gets to a point, man, where a lot of people not realizing the stuff around them. Like, life ain't promised to nobody. Even, that's the even thing, like I say about money. And this gig economy, you can make money on these apps. You know, if you want to do DoorDash, all this stuff, uh, uh, Postmate, even if you don't have a car, there's all types. There's apps that you can find. There's websites that you can find that do stuff from home where you can make a little money on the side. That's why I be trying to look at these different apps to where you can, do small things
Yeah,
and
bro.
make that
See,
money.
you gotta give me that information because the information you gave me, I lost it when I moved in this apartment. So you gotta give me that again.
Okay, I'll look at it. I'll pull it up. I got some more of them apps I can send to you. But it's
Yeah.
like, man, it's literally like a lot of people. If you got good little customer service, you can talk to people. There's like a lot of remote jobs that you can work from home doing customer service. Apple has a lot of that stuff, and basically you ain't got to know nothing about the Apple product because they have a script. As soon as the person asks you a question, the AI will pick up on that question, implement it into the computer, and they'll automatically give you the response that you can tell them about their issue.
Mm.
So you that's like you ain't even got to know anything about welding. Let's say with plumbing. You ain't got to know nothing about plumbing. And it says, well, I'm down here, I'm having an issue with my plumbing, and I see these big old pipes and they going into each other with these little pipes. The AI pick it up and like, well, what you're looking at, the big pipe is 3 inches. And the 3 inches is mainly for sewage. The 2 inch ones are for draining. The 2 inch ones are for draining from sinks, tubs. The the bigger pipe is mainly for bigger fluids from the toilet. It's gonna give you all that, with the AI. You know, let's say you putting something together, like IKEA. IKEA has all this stuff they put together,
Uh-huh.
and you like, I'm stuck because they won't turn this way. AI pull it up, be like, okay, sir, it's showing that you can't put the door latch on right and it's not closing. Obviously, from our department, we have this issue all the time. Basically, our screen is telling us that you might have the door upside down. Once they flip the door upside down and closes, oh, thank you, yeah, I didn't know that. Well, sir, if you look at the back, it tells you where arrows are pointing up, where the door should have been flipped up to actually install. All that stuff. That's a lot of people who do that customer service. They have it like that. We
Yeah.
just read the script and go from there. That's why a lot of these young kids are doing these at-home jobs and they're doing it pretty good. There's a lot of, to a degree, people who, been in the business for a minute, mature. They've been around doing work from home for a minute. But the stuff is so advanced now, it's like even a child can do
Mm.
it. Yep, because that's what Real Deal. He has it to where he talks about e-commerce, to where you set up an e-commerce store, and all
Mm-hmm.
you got to do is get traffic to your website.
Mm.
And you learn how to do that with Google. The biggest thing you're paying for is getting people to come to your website. Once they start buying, everything is automated. You go through a company and you set it up with a company to buy something, send it to the warehouse, or they keep it at their warehouse after you buy it from them. And soon as someone buys from your website, from Shopify, they pick it up, they send the email to you, send the email to the company. The company picks it up, put everything in a box, ship it to them, send you an email, send the customer email, and when it's delivered, business is paid out, you get the portion, the company get the portion. And it's like that. It's just all about you setting the profiles up and getting the stuff started to where you can, advertise it. A lot of this stuff, man, is like automated to where all you gotta do is just make sure, everything is being done properly, especially with returns. That'd be a lot of bigger issues when people return stuff and you have to realize somebody return it, they either want that money back or they just want the same product in a different size.
You know what I was thinking about, Brother Sheet? I'm thinking about doing it in the near future. I'm not gonna pick selected ones. Like stuff that you talking about. I'm thinking about make time so we could talk about that. So we had the information and get the information out.
Yeah, and I'll get a real deal for him to come up here and he can share his computer and give the whole automation on how to do things to where people want to be interested in doing it because that's what he was doing. He believe it or not, he sell waist trainers for women, and those waist trainers they be going for like give or take anywhere from 60 to $100 some. He can get them for probably like 15-30 bucks. So he's tripling his money when he sells them.
Yeah, do that. Do I know Real Deal?
Yeah, Real Deal Finance. You've been on a panel. Have you? I think you've been on a panel with him once or twice. I forgot what panel we was on together, but I know you seen him before on the panel. I seen you his link to where you can check out his channel because I've been up there a good bit of time. And
Okay, yeah, do that. Yeah, put a word in, and then if you want to get in touch with me, touch the email and stuff like that, we could talk. Cause I'm gonna do get back to doing men's panels, and maybe I'm thinking about maybe I can go through that way too.
Yeah, because with the men's panel, we can talk about making money, where guys, can start looking at setting up LLCs for business. They can look at other opportunities, because the biggest thing with trade, and a lot of people keep failing. Like back in the day, trades were a hot commodity. College was okay, but you can go pick up a trade and start work instantly. 6 to 8 months. There's a guy who's in this space. He does e-commerce. He's like 25. Jojo. He does e-commerce, but he's a certified I think a plumber. He's a certified no, it was a plumber or welder. I think it was a plumber though. He got a certificate to do plumbing. But he ended up going the route of e-commerce because he started selling a couple of the things to the point where he don't even have to touch the products and everything is sold online. He advertised his company. It was word of mouth at first, start telling people about it. Then once he got into the Google AdSense to start, advertising, he made a killing to the point where he didn't even want to do plumbing no more. He make more money doing that. And he can, like with that, like I told you, it's basically out of sight, out of mind. All you got to do is just make sure the company's running smooth, everybody's getting paid, everybody's getting their product, and you just check on that through emails, and then you just go along your day. It's almost as like passive income to where you ain't even got to worry about it. Like, just check every now and then and say, okay, this person bought something. I see where they bought something. I see where it was sold because it's going through your website, and your website is connected to you and the person that's having the product and the company that has the product. And so when they ship it out, they send an email to you and they send an email to the person that has the product that has it delivered. So it's getting it delivered. So I mean, that's a good little business to get into, but you actually have to do a little bit more marketing. It's not as easy as it sounds, but technically it is. So when you actually get the products market right, everything starts falling into play. So when you have these products marketed to your your the people that you want to have a market to, like they call them niches. So if you like cats and you start buying a whole bunch of cat stuff, like cat posters, cat memorabilia type little cups, cat mugs, cat cups, and you have all that, you market to the people that like cats. Once they see that you have these products that they interested in, they're gonna just start buying like crazy. Especially people who like cats. If you have a something that people likes, if you have a group of people that like things and they get involved in that, that's like Facebook groups. All the people that enter these Facebook groups about cats, Facebook groups about dogs, Facebook groups about business. Once they're in these groups and you get into these groups with these people and be like, hey, check out this product I found at this website. They'll go look into it because they already like cats. So if you have something that you show that cats like or something that you bought for your cat, they're gonna look into it. Like, oh, this is nice. Let me go check it out. Or maybe it's something on this website I like for my cat or something. Once they see so many cat things, they go crazy. That's like when Game of Thrones came out, and there was this guy who was advertising. The biggest thing he sold on Shopify when Game of Thrones came out was a wolf mug. And he had advertisement probably for 5 years strong with this same one video. I remember when I was like, before I even came into space, I would always see that dude video about this wolf mug he sold on Shopify. And he sold about close to like 15,000-20,000 of these wolf mugs, where he was buying them for $8, selling them for $25-$30. And that's the thing with products. If you get them on these like sites like Alibaba, GH AliExpress, all these places in China, some of the stuff might break, but at the same time, the stuff that don't break, hey, good products, man, that's a good return. Well, you just got to work on your investments, how you want to, shape your channel. Shape your website, certain things that you sell. Because one thing that's real big right now for the young kids is them LED lights. And you putting those LED lights, a lot of young kids like putting them on the corners and the corners of their room, all in the ceilings and stuff. And so they play music, the lights beat to the music, or the lights just be on. You can turn them different colors. My son got a strip in his room. I only bought him one. I think I bought him one long strip, but I didn't do the whole thing to where I'm gonna paint the whole wall with lights. Then I'm gonna have time scraping those little stickies off when I get ready to paint his room or we move out or something. But yeah, it's like one thing that's big for these kids with them lights. They love them lights all through the walls and stuff. Yeah, you gotta have a sit down and like talk that business talk, man. You know. Hey, Underrated. Dang, did my mic go out?
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Okay, I'll make sure. But yeah, we gotta have a one sit down about business, man. Getting guys into learning how to get their LCs and women. That I always say this a lot of times, man. It's just a lot of people don't do stuff from a lack of information. The easiest thing getting your LLC, getting your articles of incorporation. Getting your EIN number, just going to the IRS website and grabbing one, versus you trying to pay a company to do all this stuff for you. You paying the company $2,000 to or $800. What is it? LegalZoom. LegalZoom charges you about $850 to set up your company, do your LLC, and get your EIN number, and do your articles of incorporation. Articles of incorporation is forming with your LLC through your state. They'll sell you a LLC paperwork that you need, that the LegalZoom say you need, that you need this contract, this and that. All it is just your statement of your business. I forgot what it's called, but what you do for your business. And you run that, get your EIN number from the IRS for free, and there you go. A lot of people, they tell you don't do it from home because it stifles you on getting loans from the bank. But when your company start making money, it doesn't care. Because if you start putting money in that account, that bank's gonna ask you, do you need anything? Once you start putting, 2,000, 5,000, going into $10,000, it's going in and out. But as long as money constantly flowing in that account, that bank is gonna reach out to you and get in a business account. Don't do it in a regular account. Do it in a business account. And see, a lot of times people don't know that too. With business account, it works different with far as personal. With personal credit, especially with a credit card, it hurts you by credit utilization. The more you use your credit card, it hurts your credit score. With business, it's the reverse. It's kind of like the reverse. It's credit utilization. You can use your card and buy this stuff, paying it off. It's good when you're using more credit for business. You're good because that's what the credit cards are for. You put all your bills and stuff on there, pay them off. You doing it regularly, you're good. Not just sitting there like people do now. They'll take their card, swipe, don't pay the credit cards off for about a couple of months until they start getting these warnings that they're gonna cut the credit card off or they're gonna ding your credit score. So the business credit is slightly different than the norm. So that's what I'm saying. It's like you got to know what you up against, know what you're doing. That's my biggest thing I try to get people to do is learn this stuff. And that's one of our biggest learning curves in our community is getting a mentor to help us with this stuff. Nobody's not born business savvy. It takes time, and you learn in the process.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. But see, in the near future, have you come on here and do the man's, and also it could stretch out for everybody too. Where we know.
But I mean, the men's talk. I mean, it's good, but I would actually certain topics like this is not gender neutral. It should be for the men and the women to give input. Because I mean, with Community Solutions, I'm quite sure she has up. She do have her LLC and her business. She talks about it. So that's the thing. Getting her information.
No. What I'm saying, brother Sheet, I'm saying when we do our man's talk, yeah, we could talk about it. But I want also let it be out for the ladies too, because I want to have two. I want to have two. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be better because there are some women they know. They have information too. We can learn from them too.
Yep. So, with having their business license, they can help a lot of women who's scared to do it, and like with the men as well. Men are scared to do the business license because, hey, like I said, it's just a point of reference. Some people just don't know. And when you don't know, it tends to hurt you. But at the same time, that's that learning curve to where you get over by listening and hearing other people. Once you start getting to a point where you hear other people say, yeah, I got a business. I need to get a business. One of the things that I looked at, I'm gonna get ready to jump off of here too. Is
because I get ready to get off anyway. You got it.
This one guy, he ended up Social Proof Podcast, and Social Proof Podcast is a podcast where a guy has a lot of mentors, people in business come in, and they pick their brain on how they got started, what they do. So there was a 30-year-old guy. By the age of 28, he had about 40 doors, pretty much considering 40 different between houses, apartments. He had about 40 at 28 years old.
Hmm.
And I was like, man, that's a lot at 28. And, you know, the guy ended up getting to be 30 and he came on the podcast. He said, yeah, I'm at 30. I don't have as many doors now, about, you know, mid 20s or something, but I'm good on that. And he's like, he ended up getting into the storage units to where he bought 3 storage units. And he was like, with the storage units, I don't have to cover the maintenance costs on if somebody breaks something in my kitchen. I have to replace all the appliances in the kitchen for like $8,000 to $10,000. I can just go in there and sweep the floor in the storage unit, might fill a couple of cracks that need to be filled, and then I'm done. I don't have a lot of maintenance overhead and stuff like that. And so basically one of the things that I took away from him that I'm trying to implement to my family now is when he talked about the family getting together, pulling their credit score, so everybody gets their credit score pulled, everybody gets their LLC for their business. Because he said he had an uncle that just pays his bills and everything on time. He's productive, don't miss out on nothing. This guy had a 820 credit score. And they were saying with an 820 credit score, man, you know, you could be buying more houses. You could be, you know, just getting into something. So they say, get your business. He didn't know what to do as far as getting a business license or what business to obtain. And the family was like, man, we'll help you figure some out what you want to do, you know, or get into some type of business. Because with that credit score, you're able to take advantage of loans and stuff that most people can't.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's the thing. Getting your credit score, getting your LLC, that was the 2 things I took away from him. And another one was they call it like a susu, where people come in and put their money together. But it was a lot of bad on the susus where a lot of people were it's like a pyramid that I give you money and I bring 2 people. Then the next people
right. I heard
they
about
give money and bring 2 people. And that's how the susus kind of got a bad name. But, you know, with that in the family. So basically, it's technically like a savings. And people, if you really look at it, it is. So he said every month, it was 12 of them. Every month, somebody would get the money. But they had everybody give $200. So $200 this month, $200 for 12 months. So in all, 12 months, $200, that's $2,400. So every month somebody's getting $2,400. Every month somebody's getting $2,400. And with that $2,400, they would say, okay, we want to help you do something with this $2,400. What is it going to go towards? You know, they're going to give you the money, but they're trying to direct you into doing something that's going to benefit you. Like if, you know, you need a new roof. All right, let's get $2,400 paid towards your new roof. I need a new refrigerator. Let's get this $2,400 paid towards your refrigerator, and whatever the rest, you keep in your pocket. You know, let's say you want to get your credit paid down. You could take $2,400, pay towards your credit, fix your credit a little better. You know, they're trying to encourage you to do right by the money, than to just take the $2,400 and just ball out. You know, buying stuff, go to the club, spend $2,400 at the club. So it's more the mindset what they were trying to help the family with doing. And you know, that guy came up with that concept because he was like, I got it, but I don't want all my family asking for the money. So I'd rather show them how to get it so they won't have to ask me because they're getting it for themselves. And so I was like, that's a good concept. I want to implement that. And plus, he did it on that way to where if you teaching your family how to be more responsible with finance, then it shows the kids down the line too. Because you know that's one thing I said too the other day with this lady named Love Dorsey said. I was watching her channel, and she was saying that the worst thing that you can do, but it'll help your kids, is to show them how much you make and your credit score. Because if your child be like, dang, mama, your credit score bad, it will embarrass you, but it'll also put you in the mind frame of saying, I don't want my child to go through this, so I want to do better. So it was some things I took away from that as well. So I'm trying to implement taking all the bills, putting it together, show my kids and be like, look, every time you want these new Jordans, this is why I say next week instead of say I go buy it today. Every time you want this and this and that, you see all these bills coming in, I don't even have to show them my paycheck. I just show them everything that we got to pay monthly and be like, between me and your mom, we're splitting this or we're paying these bills monthly. Every month we got to do this. That's not even including when you guys want to go skating, go on vacation. We go out to eat at restaurants about 2 to 3 times a week or something like that. So all that's a factor. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump off here, man. But nice talking to you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it as always.
Yep. All right now.
All right. So we're gonna I want you to say the channel is Doctor's Big Solutions. Is it big discussions, Brother She?
Huh?
The channel you do tell us to check out. No.
Oh, you talking about Real Deal? Oh, you talking about Big Discussions? Oh,
yeah,
Big Discussions. Yeah, with Dr. Dunbar. Yeah, Big Discussion 76. I'm gonna do a video in a minute to where I'm gonna show to everybody.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to put it in the description so people can see it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it down in the chat, but I'm finna drop down and put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Sometimes you gotta stay to get more information, y'all. So that's what we'll be doing in the near future. Whatever information that we have, I had these people share it out, and so we could be more financial steady. I think it's very important. Even one is on disability too. You can show them they can make a little more money. So on behalf of my channel, Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the #1 grinder, one of the best kept secrets on YouTube. This is the last of the Underrated Brunch Talk #1. Like I said, I'm not gonna do it all the time, but I'm gonna do it frequently. And let's have these conversations to help each other. We can have fun. I'm not gonna say no one have fun, but let's help each other, and also let's help the ones that is going through a lot. You know, that's very important. That is very, very, very important. Good evening. Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you so much. Whatever you do, be a winner at it. And we're going to be all right. So, good afternoon to y'all. The last of the Underrated Brunch Talk #1. Yours truly, #1 grind on my channel is the Underrated Darkness. This one is Ghost. Quick. What's good? I'm ready to get off that quick. But I might in a few minutes do some IG. So look, watch out for that, some IG and everything. So thank you, Quick. See, Quick. Wow. She says she's gonna come more, so I appreciate that. But we talk about different things. You have to catch it on the rewind. And just understand that, especially us as a people, we gotta look out for each other, the black man and the black woman, in every aspect. We gotta do that, you know. Stay away from these fools. Stay away. You know. Oh yeah, let me ask you a question, quick. Is it possible that I could do a chop up with you on the Darkness Roundtable? let me tell you what it is. It's not an interview. You can ask questions about me, or I'm asking you to send me a picture or an avatar and do a short do a short video on your end to let people know that you're gonna chop it up with me, your brother, number one grinder on the darkness round table. But you go think about it and you'll talk, go, you know what I mean? Because I want to show no disrespect and everything. Matter of fact, you can hit me on IG and stuff because I'm supposed to do something. I'm supposed to do something on your hubby too. And you let me know. No, it's a Sister Queen, it's up to you. But that's what I'm saying, because like I said, I want you to ask me questions about me, and then you can bring your peoples over here. You know what I mean? So you let me know when it's a good time. I usually do mines at night because it's better, but usually at 10:35. But it could be a little early and stuff. Just let me know which day. You let me know, because I don't want to just because I want to respect what you're doing and stuff like that. I want to respect, so but let me know as soon as I can so we can go. But like when the time comes, you send me a picture or email. Picture or avatar, and also do a short video on your end to let people know that you be over here, and then we can get it done. Definitely gonna get it done. So you let me know as soon as you can so we can set it up. All right. But most likely you might see me on IG, maybe a few minutes or hour. I don't know. It really depends because I gotta take care of some things in the house. But tell your hubby. Yeah, that was powerful. Yeah, thank you, Sister 12. I enjoy it too. So Sister Quickly, if you want to, you can go to my channel and check it out yourself. I appreciate that, Sister. Just let me know nothing to think about. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that, sis. Appreciate that. And my other sister 12 vows. Thank you. So boy. But every time I get off, I be saying, but yeah. So but I say this that sometimes some of us as people, we don't want to talk about things that are bad. But sometimes it depends what it is. You need to talk about it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play this. Matter of fact, Sister Kwee, stay right there. I'm gonna play this again. This was really on Family We Need to Do Better Now, part 13 on my channel. It was on here. But I want y'all to, but I'm saying as a woman, mother, this is disturbing, but I want to get your thing on it, Sister Quickly. Here it is. And 12 hours before I cut this short. Before I leave.
Hey guys, this is kind of hard for me to say, but I've been dating him since 2015. I met him when he was 21. And we had our first kid like a year after 2016. And we had another kid in 2017.
Wait for it.
And I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
Damn! What did you say?
I just recently found out that this was my son that I gave up for adoption.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me just grab my stuff off the bus. Yo, what the fuck?
That's not, yeah, you're right, it's weird, but it's sad. like I said, sometimes we gotta see this. Sometimes we gotta show certain things so we could reprogram mind, and we have to understand that. That's why I always say, all black folk ain't good folk. All black folks ain't good folks, man or woman. Now, $12. Oh, there you go. This is $12. You gotta keep it going. I understand. And she's a mother, so I'm glad that you helped me out, Sister 12. And Sister Kwee, if you want to come up here, Sister Kwee, matter of fact, if you wants to come up, you can. Here's my email. I can stay a few minutes. You know,
I think it's horrible. Number one, and they had said
it is, but
it's horrible.
But when a man talk about, like, you know, it seems like we picking on him, you know, and
no, but they had said that was the situation with Jada Pinkett. They said Jada Pinkett, she was like grooming that young man because once he turned 21, then she went and had sexual intercourse with him, and they was asking, it was a female who was asking, what if it had been Will Smith? She says, we would have had different energy. They said, why don't we have the same kind of energy for Jada Pinkett? You know? Right. And I was thinking about that, and I said to myself, I agree that that's disgusting. And that, the society as a whole, they're not giving Jada Pinkett those creepy, she needs to go to jail vibes. And I don't understand why, because she had that kid in her house. That was her son's friend. She had him when he was a teenager in the house. Then once he turns 21, she's gonna have sex with him. I don't care if it was consensual. It was inappropriate. And then this video right here, this woman, I don't understand. Like, she's like having children by her own son. And that's just crazy. It's like,
so let me ask you a question. I didn't even cut your sister Vals. As a mother, I'm gonna put it out there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real careful because I got love for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want nobody to be thinking, okay, I'm not gonna want people that, oh, you can't win me and you come with, no, it's not about that. As you seen that video, now tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I could be corrected. Do it seem to you that she already know what happened? Did she
already she knew it was her kid? Like, you feel she already knew that was her son? Is that what you're saying?
Do you feel that she already knew the information beforehand, but she kept on?
Like, you feel she knew she was the mother, his biological mother?
I think she knew the information all along. What do you think? I could be wrong now. I'm outside looking in.
I think that the attraction she had for him was probably her mother. It was probably her signals for her mother, but she's so disconnected from being a mother that she didn't realize. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that she was attracted to him because he was a child. You know what I mean? And she had this connection to him, but she conflated it as it was sexual when it really wasn't. It was that this is my son. It's just messy. It just shows you when someone's disconnected from their parenting role. She said she gave him up, and she got two kids by him. Like, what's going on? Like, it's crazy.
Right.
Hey, Coco Tina, you see with Community Solutions, she said Jada was wrong, but we not putting her on the fire. Like they said, where's that energy? Like, where's that energy?
But 12, understand what I'm saying, right? It has to be a time that sometimes us as men, I don't want to bring up stuff like that, but it happens. Why somebody don't help out 12 Vows to bring it up? Why nobody don't help out Community Solutions to bring it up? Why nobody don't help out Sister Kuli bring it up? Why nobody don't help out Sister Coco Tina bring it up? That's what I'm
Salute,
saying.
Professor.
Hey, what's going on, Brother GP? Brother GP in the building. Let me tell you about Brother GP. Brother GP give me a nod in my head. Right here, y'all.
He did? Why?
Because I won't listen to him. So, hey, man, Power, what are you doing? Right here. It hurt, GP. That hurt my feelings, GP. You know what? Let me see. Sister Queen said she ain't vet that man, or did she vet her because a conversation has to be had? It's for me. It's like, and you see in the end of the video, he laughed.
I mean, it's just because it's freaky, but it's like that movie with that Spike Lee did, where the man he had sex with his daughter. He didn't know it was his daughter, you know, but he had this attraction for her, you know. But she was like, 21 or whatever, and he was older. You know, he shouldn't have been doing that, but in the first place. But what's the name of that movie? Anyway, that happened, and he just left her alone. She doesn't look like she's really remorseful. It looks like she's gonna still try to keep a relationship with him. That's like her man. It doesn't look like she's trying to have a mother and son.
No, she like
That's her grandkids.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's her grandkids.
Like, he laughed. He like, I gotta deal with you.
Wow.
Listen. He said, I had sex with my mom.
Yeah, sometimes they don't know.
Think about it. I have sex with somebody that gave me up. I had kids by her. So the rest of his life, he will need counsel. We ain't talking about the kids. But she's supposed. But we supposed to give her.
No, we're not supposed to give her no pass. No, that's nasty. I listen. I do not support no old cougar nonsense in the first place, because I don't believe in that. Oh, age is it's nothing but a number. Because if you wasn't playing, you staying within your peer group, that would have never happened. Because that kid is 20. Come on now, this decades, 2 decades or more. Stop. That's ridiculous. And then y'all didn't even talk about your past. Like, he would mention that he was adopted. They don't care. It was all pure sexual attraction. They're not talking about it.
I think she knew.
But why you think she knew? But why you think she knew?
I think she knew.
Why?
I don't know.
It's just gonna be problematic when you're dealing with somebody 2 decades older, younger than you. It's ridiculous.
And so, but these are the things that they don't want to deal with no man, because they want to deal with men in our age group, talking in the 50s, because they old. I want to get my groove on and stuff like that. And there's some manipulative got something to do with it too.
Yes,
Men. So
but that's the woman empowerment kind of thing. She trying to be the one that's like always gonna be in charge, making sure she's with somebody like so young, but it still was. But why? It's still something off, because it's just a weird. That's such a crazy example. It's so exaggerated. Like that's crazy. That's crazy.
So I'm saying she did it to him. What makes you think she? I had some people say, "Oh, she just that they have one time. She ain't do it to him. What do you think she ain't gonna do it to another young man?"
I think she likes young men. Definitely. I think she's definitely into them.
Hey! Look! Let me tell you something. I'm just saying, you don't have to worry about being clogged up. I'm just saying. It's always done. I try to tell you. There is no old pipe. Let me just tell you. You don't have to worry about no old pipe. They're always good.
She got 2 kids. That's why she got 2 kids.
Yeah. 2 years of.
Because those things swimming. She said she got 2 kids.
Two
Stupid.
kids, man. Yeah. So, hey, I guess that's her rotor rooter. That's the name. There's no drain, no down.
Listen, that.
Rotor. That's her rotor.
Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy. And
It
you
is,
should,
but
are
see, when you talk to them,
we
and then
even
all
sure
doesn't
those
happen.
kids
It
aren't
does
special needs?
happen. And then at the same
Yes.
time, how his mindset is going to be? He could be a
But
suicidal
that's
thought. That could happen,
but that's
y'all.
another example of why giving up your kids and not looking for them when they get older is not good. Why she just gave him up and she wasn't worrying about him no more. Like she didn't even know how he looked. Ain't that crazy? She didn't even know how he looked. That's why I guess you're saying that you feel she knew. I guess you know what? I'm thinking yeah, number one grinder. How she don't know. She don't know how he look and stuff. Something not right. Something don't seem right to me, right?
She
And
don't
you
sound
right.
remorse.
Something don't seem right. Something ain't
There's
right.
no sound. Come on, you gonna come here? I'm
Why you know he
saying,
your kid
I
now?
don't know. And then she just coming just straight.
Mm-mm.
Nah, I believe. I I could be wrong. I believe that she had all the information, but she knows she
Mm-hmm.
tell him. She knows she will get the backlash.
So that's really a predator. She's really nasty.
Right? And she's just a predator. So that means
Get them
that
fathers
pipe.
that like their
That means
daughters.
that pipe. She want to keep that pipe.
Mm.
And
She's
she
sexually
used
attracted
him.
to her
And
son.
see, and this is the thing that people understand that people is very good use their sexuality to get people, man or woman. They are very good doing that. Don't think that they're not good. They are trained. And so let me read this out. This happens to our history, spurred from slavery with beings she had more diligence in the day now with whom she deals with. She responsible for this.
Right. I
Do.
agree.
She responsible. So so me and 12 Val, so that's my sister. You heard what Brother GP was saying. I don't want to hear
Mm-mm.
no gender. Oh, you against her. You don't know. The 21-year old 21 could do what?
I don't think
He just
nobody
found out that his
backing up her.
mother abandoned him.
Ain't nobody supporting that woman. This is ridiculous. We not
No,
standing
I know
behind
we
her.
ain't support it, but I'm just, but you know somebody in this baby. You know, hey, we just claiming it up right now. What about his mindset? You gave me, I'm banging my moms. You gave me up. I'm just talking about if it was been me, and you had this information, and you will hold it for the rest of your life. You gonna tell the story, cause I didn't know why you did that to me. Why do you give me up anyway? And you had the information.
But do you think when he said his name that she was like, "Oh, I had a son named that," or did they change his name to foster care? I don't know. This sounds so crazy. It sounds crazy. Yeah, right. Look, she's a community solution. She said, "Lord have mercy,"
He gonna.
because
I'm telling you,
we
this
have the
guy gonna.
baby.
I'm saying he gonna.
We know the kid name.
He gonna have. They have to give him lifetime professional counsel for this. He has to get that. Then he gotta be a father. Then he think about it. That's their grandmother. So he banged his grandmother.
And he got like half brother. That's like his half brother or something. No,
That's
it's like his
incest,
that's
right?
like his siblings. Yes, that's incest.
That's
Because those are
incest,
like
right?
his sis. Yeah, because those are like his. Technically, there's like his siblings.
Right.
Mm-mm.
She gotta own up to that.
Yes, yes. And she was the one with the predatory behavior. It was her. She was predatory, and it's a possibility. Yes, that
You
she
hit.
knew his name. She. I mean,
You hear that,
she
y'all,
was
right? It ain't come from the
attracted to
number
him.
one grinder. It ain't come
Yeah,
from
he the
me.
father and the brother.
Right. It ain't come from me. You heard it from the husband. That's a mother right there. She's a mother of a son. That's a mother right there. You heard what she said, right? So don't come over here. Oh, you put 12 vows up to here because that's your sister or community sister. I don't want to hear none of that in this space. That is sad. And people like that need to get done. Man or woman.
We give them the same energy over here. It's disgusting.
It really
It's just like when the man gives his daughter pregnant. So she's doing a reverse, getting
and
pregnant by her
he needs to
son.
get done too.
But they say that some moms, they be saying that some moms be attracted to their son when they single mothers.
Yeah.
So she was attracted to her son. She's an example of how she was sexually attracted to her son.
Do you
and she trying to play it that she didn't know.
I forgot. I don't know you.
Hey, guy, Hotep.
Let's go. There's women out here. What's going on, brother Hotep? There's women out here. They say ain't nothing wrong. Kiss they sons in their mouth. Sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
We ain't doing nothing right. Okay. Yeah, right. And my name is OJ Simpson. Give me a Marvin break.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's a lady, I forgot. There's a woman that he's 8 years old, still breastfeeding them. Do not want to go to school.
Yeah. That's all messy too. I breastfed too.
He
My
don't
son
want
was
to go
2.
to school, so he don't
He
want
was
to.
having fit.
So this is what I'm saying. So he don't want to go. You don't think he ain't sucking somewhere else? Come on, we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest here.
I don't know about that.
Hey, look. Let me explain something to you.
That's not the same thing.
Look. We dealing
Yo,
with
you
sick
getting milk from the
You went
breast.
to the breast, and he's about to say, "Mom, what's that?"
Isn't
No, you want? Look,
you going too far?
I'm just saying.
The breasts actually have milk. You ain't got no milk in the other direction.
Yeah, exactly. But GP. But they put it on. Yeah. Let me tell you. There's I don't think on my secondary channel. I think they took it down. But there is a story that a son still sleep with his moms after she got divorced. Was sleep not no NyQuil. Good night, sleep time. We ain't talking about that. Sleeping with her. Tap sheets, clap sheets. And got pregnant too.
But you see that underrated darkness? Community Solutions was saying what I feel. She said, I wonder if there's any genetic disabilities because
That's
they
a
are
good
so
question.
close in
It
blood.
should.
You would think that they could possibly have a mutation.
Maybe they don't want to show the kids.
That's a real, and the mixing of blood line. That's weird. They almost got the same DNA strands.
Yeah, if you see her, she looks spaced out. She look like she enjoy a minute of it.
Yeah, seeing the son and her he didn't look like her, but he definitely looked young. He looked too young for her. He didn't look like he was identical to her, but he definitely looked like a kid, and he didn't want to talk. He's just letting her do what she do, and I think that's abuse. But she's trying to say, I got him at 21.
What can you say? Dang,
You can
Mom,
say
you
that they
good.
both are at fault because this don't make no sense.
I'm just saying, I
It's nasty.
it really and see, and this is what I'm saying that it happened.
It's nasty.
And well, I mean, you can make it last from Mars. I'm closing this out. Matter of fact, tell people about your channel, please. You can go ahead. Go ahead, talk about the channel.
Well, my channel, I do like commentary and I have discussions about different topics, and I'm doing a series um, for the new year. Came in with just a season series. Like I like how Underrated Darkness does episodes, so I decided to try to do episodes too. So I'm on season 1, and I'm on episode 14, and I come on every day, and we just talk about different topics that are going on. Like today, I talked about people that are unalive because it's a situation that we are experiencing more now due to higher anxiety and, people's loss of feeling that they don't have a future. So I think that it's interesting and good to talk about mental health, which Underrated Darkness talks about. We talk about mental health and how to move forward as a community. So I think it's good. It's good for us to talk about all the different issues going on in the community and trying to give them uh, resources. So, and I also been trying to do more of a youth component where I was talking about different jobs for young men like trucking and security and getting their OSHA and other certificates to try to just like give them those resources because sometimes there are no one's talking about those things to them, so they
No,
don't know the direction of going. That's why they're standing outside because they don't know that they could go to this trunking company and they'll pay everything for them as long as they commit to work for them for a year. They might like that. They don't got no kids or nothing. They might like going on the road. But we
yeah.
got to give them the option. They got to know.
And we always talk about generation wealth, right?
Yeah. So over here, I don't talk about generational wealth.
We you know what you do. So we got to start from
Hmm.
somewhere, and then, well, I'm like my channel. I'm gonna start talking more about resources. Like sometimes the 12 hours have
Hmm.
resources. She gonna come over here and let us know. That's something we got to do that.
Yes,
If I
let
have
them know where to go.
resources help, I'm gonna let you know. We got to
Hmm.
do that. Because
Yeah.
this system, they ain't gonna let us know all that much.
Hmm.
They not. So whatever we have, you better share. And I'm not saying just share with the ones that already have. Share with the ones that really need it.
Yes.
That's the key.
Yes.
Thank you, brother
People
G.
that's actually going to utilize the resources.
Yeah, thank you, brother GP, and thanks again. Thanks again, brother GP. And that's the thing about
And that's
that's
what community solutions was trying to talk more about resources for different community resources as well.
yes.
And um I was trying to get more information for homeless teens, homeless youth. And I went to a men's shelter and it all goes back to but I at least I know now because see I didn't know and nobody that I knew. But when I went to the men's shelter, they had explained to me that a lot of times the men are already in the shelter, but they don't like it. So if they go back to the intake center, they're just gonna make them go back to where they were placed. And sometimes the guys don't like to be there. So it's not necessarily that they're not assigned a place to stay at. It's just that they don't like it because a lot of these guys they do go to the shelter and they just don't like it. So he said it's not necessarily that they're not aware of the resource, it's that they don't like it. Because they got rules, you gotta be there, a certain curfew, you gotta, you know what I mean? And so they don't want all of that.
Yeah, and Community Susan says we need to talk about open group homes. Yeah, I talk about that
That'd be
too.
interesting. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm talking about that too. I talk about group homes. How they be there? Back in 2017. If I pull it up, y'all, I'll go share it out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a story. I did a story on that a few years ago. There's a black woman. I mean, not white. No, there's a white woman. She was head of this group home, and she molested over 300 boys.
Oh no, that's horrible. Oh.
She's white.
She's not talking about that underrated. She's talking about a resource that have. That's horrible.
No,
That
I
needs
know
to be
she's
shut
talking
down.
about. I just bring it. This came to my mind. I said, "Oh, I remember this story that." Yeah, we need to talk because group homes is not getting those. They're not getting sufficient resources either, especially in our community. They're not getting it. We're not getting it.
That's horrible.
We don't. They can talk all they want. We don't get the resources we should. And then people say, "Well, you need to advocate for it." There's people we advocate. They don't get it. Even like for foster homes. I was a foster parent one time.
How did you like the experience?
Be a foster parent. To tell the truth, it's rewarding, but it was definitely discrimination. And the sad thing about it, in New York, they had, quote unquote, the alphabet people.
Mm-hmm.
Hold
on for a minute.
You know. So we'll to get back. But we're gonna get off in a few minutes and everything. So cut this off. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. But it's something, y'all. I'm telling y'all. People can talk all they want to. It's
I'm back. I had a phone call.
Well, what my experience being a foster parent, it was okay, but it was discrimination. You even got the birth parents telling you, I don't want my child to be around because he's a man. Or to go do that. No. Now people say, "What is that?" This was I was with the ex in New York, so there was a lot of times that she had to get off work because they didn't want to help me. So dealing with wicked people. So I was go do that. So, but I felt that I was helping the community. So. Yeah, that's the one thing about it.
Removals. You just take the kid and it's like in less than 24 hours. But you know how like they have emergency. You know when ACS has to remove the kid, they need a place to let the kid stay.
Yeah.
So you would be an emergency drop off, and they supposed to take the kid back within 24 hours. They just need a place to like drop them off, and then they come and get them and place them to somewhere else. But I didn't want to. I looked into it, but I didn't want to like go forward with that. Breaking up 12. Oh, do you hear me well?
I can hear you right now. Yeah.
You hear me better now?
Yeah, I hear you better.
Okay. No, I'm saying that when ACS do emergency drop the kid off, that they only let stay for hours because they process them and then they take them out of that home. That's not a permanent home. It's just a temporary drop off. I was looking into that. And I decided that I didn't want to be bothered because some of them they go through a lot of trauma, and so I didn't want to know. I don't want to know. That's different than the foster care kids. That's the ones that like they have to be emergency placed, so they'll just come, drop them at your house, and then they'll come back. And I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, I
But
try to
yes,
do that.
so the alleviation of homeless in the community, I think that's true that we do because we had a lot of group homes in my neighborhood, and they closed them because of the real estate change. So because they could get more money, they closed all the group homes. We had a lot of group homes on 116th Street. They got rid of all of them, made them regular market rate housing. It's the same for single room occupancy. We used to have a lot of SROs in Brooklyn. They took those over too. They converted them to market rate apartments. We used to have SROs, single room occupancy for in Brooklyn. We had a lot of single room occupancy buildings, but they took them over and made them regular market rate housing.
That's crazy. But hey,
That's messed up because
it is.
where can a guy now go to the room? Where can he go just to get a room? I had called recently for a place to get a room to inquire, and they said that the person has to have a job. They got to be able to put down, and it's like rooms are like $500 or something. That's ridiculous. Why are you rooms that's weekly? Oof, they
Yeah,
crazy.
it really
That's
is.
what you have to share the kitchen. You have to share. I think you might do cheap. It might be cheaper with Airbnb. I was like, I think they might do better with Airbnb than to do a room.
Yeah, I tell you. That's it. Well, make it last some more, so I'm gonna close it out.
But when it comes to the video that me and the grinder was talking about, I think that just goes to show you that it was like pure sexual attraction. Like they're not talking to each other. They don't know each other. Like they're not following up. Who's what's your first and last name, government name, and you know your background, your family. This is just ridiculous. You know, not that if the person is in foster care, they're gonna know their birth mother and what went down with that. But still, with the age gap and the situation with him not having the stable background in how and with his family, it's just was really messy and it's an unfortunate situation. But I do think that we give the same energy, like hatred and anger. Like if it was a black man, the people would be going in, trying to dox him, trying to destroy him, get him fired, everything. And you see, not doing that. We don't even know that woman's name, and nobody care about her name either. But if it was a man, that would be different. That's what I wanted to end with. Tell you. And thank you for having me on the panel, Underrated Darkness.
Look, stay right there. You know what, Sister 12, Sister 12 said I was thinking like that, and it's sad. And you hear from a mother. You hear from a mother, and it's sad, you know. But I want to thank y'all. Appreciate that. Thanks for 12 hours to catch up. Come up. And also I want to thank
Welcome.
everybody that you are so right there. And let's be better. Let's be better. So good afternoon. This one is Ghost. Stay blessed, stay blessed, stay blessed.